I said, God, you gotta move this mountain. I just don't see it any other way. I'm too weak to make the climb. I need a miracle this time. That's when.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Donna and I'm your host of Afternoon Drive Home on IC Radio in the town of Geraldine, Alabama. We're your source for news and entertainment. You can find us on television two different ways. Homegrown right here in North Alabama. You can find us on channel 182 on Charter Communications. And then you can find us worldwide. Yeah, we're out there. You can find us all over the place. Now, Roku television, Amazon Fire, and also on Apple TV. And this is all on Abundant TV. We're really proud to have that as well. Some announcements are going to be coming up about Abundant TV, that even more so. So I can hardly wait to share it. But Rob is just, he did my arm this way and he said, "Now, Donna, can't tell." I'm dying. I've not even told Cathy about it yet. So anyway, I'm really excited about all the new things that are happening. It's going to open up a lot of doors for us. Speaking of opening up doors, I have Cathy Tillery with me right now. And Cathy she and I used to host a show a long time ago back in the day, and it was called The Edge, and we're bringing it back. And
yes, we are. And we hope everyone just joins us. I know on your afternoon drive home, it's great, but The Edge is going to be a great show.
It's going to be another one. We're picking right back up where we left off. You know, we actually went to Charlotte, North Carolina. Phil took a job promotion that took us there. So I really miss being on the show with you, Cathy. It was just a whole lot of fun.
Yes,
so we're going to pick it right back up again. But we're going to do kind of a back in the day throwback. And I just wanted to tell everybody that Cathy and I one time got into trouble. And so, well, not just one time, we got in trouble a lot, didn't we?
Yeah. Well, it was fun kind of trouble.
Not clean.
It was clean, but it was just, yeah.
We're trying to figure out which one of us was Lucy and which one of us was Ethel. We're both Lucy. We're both Lucy. So, but anyway, to make a long story short, well, Cathy's going to tell it, but I wanted to remind Cathy.
No, you're going to have to tell it now because I don't remember all of that, but I don't remember exactly what even happened. I've tried to remember.
Okay, so here's what happened. So Cathy and I, we just finished a show. And so we were going back. We're going to get us some coffee. Remember this place we used to stop at and get coffee and donuts?
Yes, we did.
And even though we were watching our weight, we still had to get a donut because this is
and I love lattes. Ooh,
and they're going to have to. Okay, going ahead and mention lattes because they're going to have to advertise with us when they come in on the show.
Well, you know that donut shop that me and you used to go to all the time, it's gone now. We only have just the chains here now, you know, like Dunkin' and Starbucks, and yeah. I wish we did. I wish we still have Bonnie Ray's. It's a small little donut shop, but they don't have coffee.
I like the small ones. They're the best.
Yeah. They have great pastries though. But anyway.
Well, this is what happened. So we had got word, I think Tom Williams called and he said, "Hey, Donna, just want to let you know the Harley guys are in town. So you might want to see if you can flag them down and talk to them. Maybe you and Cathy could do something with them." Well, we did. We flagged them down and they were just, I forgot what they were. I think they were at like one of the, I don't remember, motorcycle shop or something there in Oxford, just off of 78. Now, Oxford has grown a lot since then.
Yes,
it has. All kinds of things out there. Is it even still there? But anyway, so these guys are just a bunch of men and women. They had their leather suits on and it was just all kinds of cool. And, you know, people think, well, folks, you know, the Harley guys are mean guys. They're not mean at all. They were the most gentle, sweetest guys you could ever meet. And so what they wanted to do, they really latched on to Cathy and me. And so what they did, they wanted us to remember right on the back of one of the motorcycles. You remember that?
Yeah.
And so Cathy and I were just kind of, you know, when you host a show, you just wonder, do I have any listeners? How many people are actually watching?
And, you know, I had never been on a motorcycle before.
Yeah, but
you remember that?
We were wondering if we had any.
I had never been on a motorcycle. My mother would not let us. We weren't allowed to ride motorcycles.
Well, I just didn't tell my parents.
Yeah.
But I had. But this is so fun because, first of all, a couple of good things happened out of it. We didn't know if we had any listeners. Well, you find out you got listeners and watchers when people start complaining about something you've done. So we got a whole bunch of emails in from women. Now, the guys were okay with us, but it was the women. And they were getting onto us, Kathy, because we didn't have the helmets on. You remember that?
Oh, yes, I do remember
We
that.
found out we had a lot of folks watching the show that day.
Because we,
It was a
well,
spur, one of the moment things, and
yeah,
didn't
and we
think
did
about
get
it.
on the back, yeah, but we didn't ride out on the pavement. We were just in the parking lot.
I know, but they thought we were on
But
I-20.
yeah, they thought we were like riding down the road, and that was against the law. You
So
have to have a helmet on to ride on the roads, on the asphalt. We were just in the parking lot.
and
But
Tom, you remember that? Tom said, "You're getting calls
yeah,
all
I
over the
remember.
place. You got to get on the show and tell everybody where you were." So we got back
Yeah.
on the road and we said, "No, we were not on the I-20. We were not even
No,
on
we were
78.
in
We
the
were
parking
in the
lot.
parking lot."
Yeah, we did. It was a very little parking lot too. We just basically got on it and rode about what, 5 feet?
And we didn't even take. That's another thing. We didn't even get out of the parking lot. I
No,
mean,
uh-uh.
we were.
No.
But thank you for watching, and thank you for looking out for us because you're going to have to look out after Kathy and me when we start
Yeah.
the show. You know what I mean? Because we're going to be so busy having fun, but we won't do that again. Harley gals,
No.
if y'all come out and want us to hang with you, we'll find some helmets somewhere.
Yeah.
But we had a lot of fun with that show, and I can hardly wait, Kathy. It is going to be so much fun.
There is so much that we can venture into, you know. There's so many great places, Donna, so many great businesses that we can go, and hopefully they'll open their doors to us and let us come in and show
Yeah, they
and
will.
see
And let me tell you,
things.
I think one of the first segments needs to be with us hanging out with the technical center. And I'm going to tell you why. Because I'm going to tell you, if I were young right now, about to
Oh,
get out of
yes.
high school, I'd be holding down two of those jobs. I'd be going for those certificates because you can get a certificate and go out with $100,000, six-figure dollar job.
Right.
I'd get a couple of them, Kathy.
Well, and the certificates don't take as long.
No college.
What is it, like 9 months to a year? I don't know now on that though, Don. I don't know exactly how long it takes to
Oh, I
get those
do.
certificates.
Northeast Alabama Community College and also Snead State. They're offering that, and I'm sure they're offering something like that down there too.
Right.
And I mean, it's really awesome
Right.
because these kids are, I mean, they can even walk across the stage, get the high school diploma, and get a partial degree as they walk
Mhm.
off the stage. Man, I'd be all over that.
Yeah, it's smart because they can actually have a career while they're continuing their education if they want to.
Absolutely. And you
Awesome.
can walk away if you're into computers, IT
Mhm.
support. I mean, those are
Mhm.
very high paying jobs. So
Yeah, they are.
you can have a and work out of your garage in your home if that's what you want to do, because a lot of those jobs are outsourced. Do you know right here in Geraldine, Alabama, there's a number of people who work out of their homes. They're working customer service. Home Depot is in Scottsboro, but their headquarters has people sprinkled all over the place who are taking customer service calls
Really?
out of their home.
At home.
It's a good
Yeah.
thing. All you need is a phone line.
Yeah. And a computer.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times they're doing things on the
Well,
internet.
everybody's got a computer. I
Yeah,
mean,
well, there's a lot of there. Well, and I actually will say this. I saw yesterday online. I don't know how long this sale is going to last, but I saw where Dell, all the laptops are on sale right now.
oh, really?
So it must be because our supply chain, remember it got backed up at the beginning of COVID? Well, now I think the supply chain's correcting itself.
Mm-hmm.
And now they actually probably have warehouses full of merchandise.
I would
Now
say,
they're trying to get rid of some of that merchandise.
and you know what that's going to mean? Sale prices for us.
Yes, that's right.
Absolutely.
Sales, sales. And we love sales. You've got to be frugal right now.
Uh-huh.
Women, men, students, anybody watching this, you want to keep your savings growing right now
Well,
because we
Kathy,
are in, quote, a recession
uh-huh.
based on the economic numbers, even though some people are saying we're not in a recession. It doesn't matter. Either way, try to pay your credit cards off and try to save some money.
Oh, I got to tell you a story. Okay.
Okay.
So Brad and Larissa moved to Raleigh, North Carolina
Right.
They bought a townhouse. So, their careers keep them busy. They didn't want a yard and all that. So they buy this, and they had to go and take a loan on it. They put a big down payment on it, but they took out a loan. So this is what they did. You can go online and get these amortization, and you can type in, like, if you borrowed, let's make it easy. Let's say you borrowed $100,000 for a townhouse. And then you put the original interest rate in there, and then you put your down payment, whatever that was. And then you put if it was a 30-year, 15 or 10-year loan. So they went on the internet and did that, and they put down all those specifics. Then down under it, there was a little place, and a lot of banks don't want you doing this, okay? Because it cuts out interest that they earn.
Oh,
You can
okay.
save a bunch of money. So here's what you can do on this. It's called a calculator, a mortgage calculator. Just Google it, mortgage calculator. So they went on ahead and doubled that house payment. Do you know they had that? It was a 30-year loan. They had it paid off in less than 10 years.
Wow.
Their goal was to get
That
it
is
paid off.
phenomenal.
They wanted it paid off before their 10th wedding anniversary, and they did it. Now, Kathy, when you go out to eat, they both would forget their wallet, stuff like that, Just like we'd have to pay for their food.
So mom has to pay. Yeah. Right. Well, they were being frugal. They were saving their money.
They did it. And so they did it on the amortization sheet. They did a calculation of how much money they saved. They saved over $100,000.
Wow.
So they doubled the payment. What they were doing is they were putting his whole check in the house payment, and they were paying it twice a month. So they do the regular house payment first part of the month, and then the addition, they did that about the 15th of every single month, and they just got into the habit of doing it. It's just a habit.
And you don't have a grand from your son yet, do you?
Mm-mm.
You need a grand.
I know. Can I borrow yours?
Oh, my grand is just grand. I love her. She is the sweetest thing, Donna. And they all have their own personality. But, amazingly so, she looks just like my children did as a baby.
Uh-huh.
I mean, she actually looks like my baby picture as a baby.
Now, here's what I'm hearing.
It's amazing.
I'm hearing that if you had known the grandkids were going to be so amazing, you would have had them first. Is that true?
Yeah. But you know what's even grander about the grandkids? When you start getting tired because if you babysit, yep, that's what you do. Then you kind of say, well, don't you need to get on home and do some things?
Or do you feed them full of chocolate and send them back?
Yeah. Well, she's so little. She's only my first grand is here, and I'm so thankful. She's beautiful, wonderful, smart, but she's just a little over a year. So she's barely going on 13 months now, so, but she's such a joy. So and my husband just loves her.
What'd you do the first birthday party?
We had her first birthday party. Yes. Yes. At the end of June. Did you
make 2 cakes? One cake that she could play in, and the other.
Yes, she did. Yeah, her mom had her. She had all the viewers out there. If you have grandchildren or small children, you know about cocoa melon. That's the in thing right now. You know how do you remember Barney? Okay, and Sesame Street. And Winnie the Pooh. Well, Cocoa Melon is now the hit show.
Oh, Cocoa Melon.
Well, actually, it's for toddlers all the way up to school age. It's terrific, though. She loves it. Now, of course, me being grandma, I don't like a lot of television for her to watch. But I do let her watch it when I keep her. I'll let her watch it for about 45 minutes to an hour in the morning, and then 45 minutes to an hour in the evening. But between there, we read books and play and listen to music. But that show is wonderful, Donna. It's got our old nursery rhymes on there.
Oh, that's
Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. All the songs that we grew up with and raised our children with are on this show called Cocoa Melon.
Yeah, because there's so much of an agenda thing now.
Yeah, but this show is great. It teaches them how to say yes. It's the cutest thing. It says yes, yes, yes. I want to dress myself. Yes, yes, yes. I want to go to the bathroom. Yes, yes. It's really good. It's a very, very positive show.
That's what I like.
Yeah. So I actually enjoy Coco Melon. Now my husband, Pops, as we call him Pop, for her. He doesn't care for Coco Melon. I think it's just because it's so repetitive. Lots of patience required for that. You
Yeah.
have to sit.
I'd probably
watch
be like
Coco
your
Melon.
husband. I'd probably, unless I get grandkids, and I'm probably going to go, I'll pass. Then I'm going to be all over it. Absolutely. Cathy, we were talking earlier in another show about weird laws. And there are some really strange laws out there, you know.
Oh yeah, you sent me a something you found on the internet.
Well, I'm going to start out with one, and this is still on the books. It's still on the books for Anniston, Alabama. And you got to look this up. Noble Street in Anniston. So there's a law, and I think they put it in like the early 1900s, or maybe in the 1800s or whatever. But this law is I mean, it's so funny. You can, according to this law, again, it's on the books in Calhoun County, Anniston, Alabama, is you're not allowed to wear blue jeans on Noble Street. Look it up.
That's a law.
That's a law.
You know what? Then probably everybody in the county has broken that law.
I would say, but I remember a long time ago, back in the day, Saturday, everybody went shopping and everybody went to Noble Street, and all the women would look almost like Jackie Kennedy, and they would wear suits and they spiked heels.
Oh, those were the good days, Donna.
Man. And so they'd be, of course, they'd be tired. Their legs would be just about worn out. But Mother would wear these spiked heels like that she'd be like all dressed up.
Yeah.
Hardly ever saw anybody with like their hair in rollers or anything like that. It was a dress up thing. You went to town.
Yeah. Nowadays, you see people going to Walmart in their pajamas.
I can't believe that. There's no way I'm ever going to do that. I can't see that.
No, now I will go, if I have to run to the store. Now, like if I have to just run to the store, get gas, then I might be in my little black legging type pants, that you would wear to yoga class, but no. I at least throw my hair. Now, I do go to the stores without makeup a lot, but years ago I didn't. Years ago, we always wore makeup and got dressed.
I'll tell you something. For the show, when I was living in Charlotte, North Carolina, I had a makeup artist. She would just do me up and it didn't even look like me. And she would say, "You're so pale. You got to wear a lot of makeup." So she would. So one day, it was around Christmas time, and I got out of the studio and I had to stop by the grocery store to get something for a Christmas party. And so I stopped by, and all the people who were used to seeing me were just staring at me really funny. And I'm thinking, why are they looking at me like this? I normally would go to the restroom and take all that off because I just don't wear that much makeup. And so they were just looking at me funny. And I said, "Oh, y'all have never seen me with all this makeup on, have you?" And they were going, "Oh, right. You wear that for the show?" And I'm going, "Yeah, but I normally don't wear it like when I'm going out somewhere." That should be against the law. It really did. But speaking of against the law, Cathy, there is a law on the books, and this is on Pocatello, Idaho. And it says frowning is illegal.
What is?
Frowning is illegal. You can't frown. You can't frown. Just like in Anniston, you're not supposed to wear blue jeans on Noble Street. That's an old law. It's still on the books. But you're not supposed to frown. I think that law needs to be worldwide.
Oh, yeah. Well, did you know frowning makes you have more wrinkles than smiling?
I know. And I've always heard people say, "Don't smile so much because you're going to get more wrinkles." Look, I don't care if I do have wrinkles. I'd rather smile. I mean, it's more pleasant,
We earned these babies. Earned them. Earned them. That's wisdom, right? That we have on our faces.
It most certainly is. But let me tell you, there's an esthetician, and she lives in Charlotte, North Carolina. Her name is Carol O'Malley. And Carol used to be on my show all the time. And so she would talk about women not slothing off the dead skin cells on there. And this woman was like in her 70s and looked nowhere near it. I mean, she was
Wow.
awesome. Had never had surgeries or anything like that. So she was on the show one day and she said, women think they have wrinkles. They don't have wrinkles. And I said, and she showed me a picture of this lady. And I said, that looks like wrinkles to me. We were on the air. And she said, no, she doesn't. I want you to see the after. She said, after about 30 minutes with me, I want to show you what she looks like after I slough off the dead skin cells. Didn't even look like the same woman. And she was smiling just
Really?
as big. No, she said, your dead skin cells, they settle and they make you look like you have wrinkles that you don't have.
Wow.
So frowning not allowed in Idaho.
Yeah. Frowning shouldn't be allowed anywhere.
No, no, no.
Yeah. And that's one thing, about my we were talking about grandchildren a minute ago.
Mhm.
She smiles all the
I
time.
know. I've seen the pictures and I've seen her on videos, and it's like, that must be the best baby ever.
She just smiles. Every morning she wakes up, it's good morning. Well, good morning, and she just smiles, just this beautiful.
She
Oh
glows.
yes. Oh yes.
She
She's so
glows.
so sweet.
Well, she's gonna really be something because I'm telling you, people you're like a magnet to people. When you smile and you're in a good mood,
Uh-huh.
they just generate to you. I mean, they just go to you.
Right.
So she's gonna be one of those when she walks into a room, she's gonna command smiles.
Mm-hmm.
People,
Yeah, it's going to be a good thing. She's
you're
got a sweet personality. Yeah.
chase after mom. What's she gonna call you?
Grand.
Grand.
Mm-hmm. I say grandmama right now. Grandmama.
I'm sorry, you just don't look like a grandmother to me.
Grandmama. Grand is my name. And then Chris is Pops.
Uh-huh.
Or Pop.
Yeah, well, you
Mhm.
don't look like a grandmother.
He doesn't look like a Pops either, but she loves him. Oh my goodness. The one thing she looks forward to, I'm sure all you grandparents out there know, there's like one little niche that the grandfather has, and Chris being Pop, his thing is she loves to play in the bathtub with him. Because grandmom, okay, or grand here, I want to get her in, wash her off, and get her out. Because
Yeah.
I don't want her to fall. I don't want her to hit
She'll
her
get you
head.
cold.
I'm scared, she's not mine, she's my grand. But no, he's just terrific. Let her play in the water. Let her have fun.
Are you finding you're a little more protective with your grandchildren than you were?
No, well, in a different sense. I actually probably let her get away with more than I ever did my own children.
I
Because
can't.
I don't want to get on to her.
Uh-huh.
That's why they're grand, because then now, if it's something harmful, like if she's trying to get in the cabinet and there's pine saw into there,
Mhm.
yeah, then I tell her, no, ma'am. And that's my little saying, no, ma'am, no, ma'am, no, ma'am,
And they know really soon,
ma'am.
really early in life, what that means.
Oh, yeah,
It just made me think of something else. And I keep going back to Anniston. I've got some great memories down there. And Fred Couch, we were members of the Rotary Club together. And Couch's Jewelers, his mom, and she was an awesome lady, by the way, but she was got invited to be one of the guest speakers one day. So she's up there and she's telling you the real world on how to start a business. You're a mom and pop and all that kind of stuff. And she said, it's kind of like when you have kids. And she said,
Right.
when you have your first kid, you're really careful, and you put, make sure that the milk is just right. You'll put just a dab, a little bit,
Right. I still do that with my granddaughter.
And then she said, by the time the second and third one comes on, you just slap a bottle out of the refrigerator and throw it in their mouth. And I looked over at Fred and I said, is that what happened to you, Fred? She had some amazing, it was amazing the stuff they had to go through when they started that business. I love to talk to business owners, and find out how did they make it. So they were very successful. But I'm gonna say, I think the reason Couch's Jewelers has always been so successful is the customer service. I
Oh
really,
yeah, that's so important. Mm-hmm.
that was,
Oh, and that's like a lot of the hardware stores we go to now. There's a big difference between the big chain and the smaller chain, even in Oxford. And you probably remember which stores I'm talking about. There's one chain that it's its chain, but they are so polite and so nice and so helpful. And then you go to the bigger chain hardware stores, and it's hard to even find somebody to help you.
Because you're feeling like you're alone in the world. You're in this great big huge box store.
It's a huge store.
Hello. Anybody
help me. Can you help me? But they're good. They're all good. It's just that I think what it is it's the age of turnover. You know, they lost so many people during COVID. They have to rehire, retrain.
And they just can't get them back.
No.
You know, that was something that happened. Kathy, have you got this pulled up about the laws?
Hold on, my phone.
Yeah, I want you to do the second one. This is a real good one. Let me look. Let's see. Oh, do number 3. This is in Derby, Kansas.
Hold on, I'm looking.
And this is on the wall. This is on the books.
Okay, I've got.
It's number 3. And you can find this website.
I got number 4.
You can't find number 3?
Number 3, I got it. Okay,
do number 3. What's that?
Hitting a vending machine is prohibited in Derby, Kansas.
I'd be in trouble all the time. How many times have you tried to get a cola and it didn't work? You put your money.
I wonder if that's because a lot of people hit the machine and they're trying to steal from it.
No, they've lost their money. How many times have you put coins in there?
Oh, yeah, and you lose your money.
And then you got to go inside the store and say, look, now it's probably $2 a piece.
Oh, no. Now, do you know the vending machines now in hospitals and all? They're debit cards. You swipe to get your snacks.
I'm sorry. I know I sound really old school. I would rather know I've only lost $1 than it took $100 out of it.
Oh yeah, because
the machines.
Well, the debit cards. I mean, here recently, I just read an article just the other day about there is a lot of gas stations between Birmingham and Atlanta that they've got those burglar little, I guess, chips or whatever the burglars use, or bad guys, however you want to say, where they're scamming people's credit cards at the gas station.
Really? It looks like a credit card, and it's a little reader. And what they'll do is they'll put it in. So they're you remember Rick Staines?
Yes.
Okay. Rick is on the show once a month. So this is what he told me one time. He said we got about 1.5 minutes left, and then how time flies. So
I know
he said, when you get through paying for your fuel, take the card out, hit the cancel button several times. And then if somebody has one of those readers and they put it in there, it's not going to read it.
Or never put your PIN in a gas station pump. You always hit credit.
I always do.
Always hit credit. Don't put your PIN number in there to get your gas. In other words, don't use debit on the gas station pumps. Because that's how they steal your information. They get your PIN number.
And what they'll do is they'll get into other parts of your financial world, and they'll figure, I bet they use that same security code on everything.
Passwords,
Okay, Kathy, 40 seconds. We're going to have to call.
All right. Well, I enjoyed it. And I'll see you all soon.
We don't have enough time.
Bye, Donna.
Bye, girl. Okay, everybody. Thank you so much for watching Afternoon Drive Home. The Edge with Donna and Cathy is going to be on before you know it. And we are so looking forward to being with you. Kathy, thank you so much. Time flies when we're having fun. You can find us on television as well. Go to abundanttv.com. You can find us that way. We're found on Apple, Roku, and Amazon Fire. And locally in Alabama, we're found on channel 182 on Charter Communications. Bye, Kathy. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Y'all take care. We'll see y'all later.
I said, God, you gotta move this mountain. I just don't see it any other way.